Hi, I'm Keith Duncan, and I'm here in the foyer at the registration area at the Founders Inn here in Virginia Beach with a good friend and one of our staff members, Paul Hollifield. Hey, Paul, glad you're here.
Glad to be here.
I'm sorry to take you away from all your busyness. I see you've got your display up. It's a wonderful display. It was fabulous.
Thank you.
You're the first one here, so that's the privileges, I guess,
a little bit of benefits, right?
So tell us a little bit about what's going on. What is your responsibility here with the conference?
Well, I have kind of a lot of different roles to play. Right now, early on, I'm working with today getting all of our exhibit tables set up for all of our vendors, all exhibitors that come. And we have a lot of different resources, worship resources for people. Everything ranging from if you like to sing, or if you want to dance, or if you need some audio-visual equipment, all of those areas and everything in between. We've kind of got a lot of possibilities for you to help resource local ministry.
That's good. What kind of resources might, like if people are watching, what are some of the things that are going to be here this year? Can you? I know you got your list. But
well, we've got banners of worship, which is actually one of our workshop teachers, which is another area.
Cool.
But they do an excellent job. Gordon and Henderson do a great job with making banners that are used for worship. Everything from the small little ones you wave to big giant ones that you might carry or put up on the wall or something. And so they do a great job with that. Michelle Villa is coming with Waves of Glory, I think is the name of hers, and she does everything from practical kind of dance attire you might use for anything from personal use to with a team or that kind of thing, as well as other kind of implements. And then we have some things that are a little sort of outside the box, like Bill and Leslie Marks, who are here with visual art, and they do sort of prophetic art, and they move in the same kind of same venue that we do musically, but she does it with painting, and it's really kind of fascinating. They'll have a lot of their artwork for display, and they're doing some workshops on how to actually do that.
You know, and I'd never worked with anybody till I met them, actually. I've seen it in one or two conferences that I've been to, but they're the first couple that we've actually had, and they'll just set up the big easels and stuff right in the ballroom, and while we're doing worship, they're just painting prophetically. It's the coolest thing. And when you finish with it, some of the pieces are just amazing.
It's unbelievable. I watched her one year paint a sermon, and she got a little ahead. It was like she had his notes. She was sort of painting, and he began talking about a line at one point, and I glanced over, and she had painted the line 5 minutes earlier. I mean, she flows in the Spirit, and we're all connected to that same thing in creativity. And sometimes we forget it doesn't always flow out in music. Or movement. Sometimes it flows out in some of those artistic expressions. So that's really neat.
Well, as many tables as you got, it looks like it's going to be like a mini mall, kind of like an antique mall, kind of one of those settings, except for worship.
It does have that kind of vibe, and everything ranging, like I said, from audio-visual, guys here from CFA Group that are going to have all kind of great things that are everything from practical things to maybe some things you can dream about that you can plan for that really would help you to actually produce what's in your heart and get it out and communicate to people. From our tables that all of our night speakers and regular speakers and things that are happening, some of our teachers have written a book or they've done some things. So a lot of it's a takeaway resource where you hear something and you get a little piece of it, and then you can take the book home and actually get some more depth, and it helps take you deeper that way.
I'm going to have a booth as well.
Yes.
So stop by my booth as well. So
2 brand new CDs that I'm excited about.
Brand new. Our first instrumental only that we've ever put out.
I'm excited about those, and those are going to be good. So yeah, really a great range of, like I said, resource that you can take from, and almost every one, if I'm not mistaken, almost every one of our teachers that are going to be in our workshops, which is my other role, is
your faculty,
kind of coordinating all the faculty and getting them all together. And I'm excited because almost every one of our faculty has a table where you can take some things from them and go deeper with them.
That's really key with that impartation, because it's one thing to hear about it and sit in the classroom, but it's a whole other thing that you get to take them home with you, with their books or some of the products that God has anointed them to release and stuff. So I think that's really a powerful thing, and you're doing a great job with that. It's not a small undertaking. Every year you handle it so well, and I never have to worry about anything. Between him and Michelle, and all the other staff, I just kind of get to walk in and lead worship, and it's kind of fun.
And that feels good to have that role.
Yeah.
It feels good to kind of take that off of you. So,
yeah, I'm glad you did that. You're also with the classes. Do we have a lot of classes, or kind of? What? Tell me maybe one or two that you can think of off the top of your head. I know you mentioned the banners and stuff, but
practical things like the banners, the art. Dr. Pamela Hardy is going to be here again this year, teaching on dance, and she'll do a couple of classes. One is sort of not academic in a sense, but it does give you some of the meaning behind things. And then one sort of more in the choreography where she actually will show you things, and it's very active. Those, as well as some from local music ministries, guys like Jason Bear, they're here local doing it every Sunday, and he actually does a little part of, he'll impart, sing, and do some things. And guys like Lester Rector, who's his first year kind of being with us, who actually ministers music down in Naples, and he's going to be kind of coming in, imparting some of his heart with ministry that he does, all the way to some very practical things. My wife will be doing some things about children, which is, you know, sometimes overlooked in areas.
You know, we really want to develop that track too, a whole children's and a whole youth track. We've kind of been landlocked here, but you know, we're trying to explore and be creative as we can.
Makes it good. And so those areas, as well as we have some teachers that actually are kind of new this year. Hope Crane does a lot of things, and she's going to be teaching on some healing elements and some things that she does with her own personal ministry. That's going to be kind of exciting to kind of see how that plays out.
I think one of our other vendors comes from Texas. Well, of course, Michelle Vila, she comes from Houston, Texas, but Renata, she comes from Texas.
Renata McWright is a really unique little lady that she comes, and she is Austrian-born, Jewish lady, and ancestrally. And she really flows in sort of the background of kind of a lot of the things we've done in Christianity over the last several hundred years. And she will take us, she's doing actually a class this year on the feasts of the Lord, which is amazing to watch how that sort of Old Testament stuff that we kind of like to put off actually ties in and has some depth to it. And she put it, I have an 11-year-old son, and one of his favorite classes is a class she's going to be doing this year on the emblems of faith, talking about some of those symbols that he reads about in the Psalms that David did, but he doesn't have a current sort of relevant meaning for what it even was in the first place, let alone what it's for. So it's kind of, she does a lot of great things from that area that really tie in some depth to some of the things that we're doing that are really relatively new in the kingdom compared to stuff that's been going on in our history as a believer for centuries.
Right. You know, one of the things that we're trying to do here with our breakout classes, this conference is really not designed to be really a nuts and bolts of how to sing and how to get the best out of your choir, although those are important, and tracks that we include periodically. Really, the tracks of what this conference is really about is really to focus the heart towards God and to help us understand the spiritual direction about why we worship and how we worship. It's you know, not so much about the rudiments of it all and the theory of it all, but the heart. And that's really what we're trying to capture. I know that's your heart too, and that's why we partner. And all of our vendors who come, that's their heart. That to me is always amazing. And God has given us great faculty and staff, a wonderful staff coordinator and teachers and vendors and the marketplace ministry that will be here. So if you're looking for worship resources, hey, and you can't come out to the nights and take a look at some of our vendors. I mean, there's what, over 25? How many do we have? I don't even know what we have.
Probably close to that, right
about 25 something there. So come out. I mean, it's a wonderful, come out, take in a coffee or dinner at the Swan Terrace and hang out and have some wonderful times of worship, and then kind of peruse the different exhibitors. I think it's going to be a wonderful time. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, listen, thanks, Paul, for your time. I don't want to hold you up. I hear all the phones ringing in the background and stuff, so I know you got to be busy. Listen, I hope to see you at the Throne Zone Conference this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, February 3, 4, and 5 here at the Founders Inn in Virginia Beach, Virginia. You can go to our website, hiscall.org, for more information on conference schedules, locations, and registrations. Night sessions are free and open as long as we can hold the people. There is a limit, so it's a first come, first served basis, but we hope to see you there and expect great things for your life and destiny. God bless you.